Raymond, you've been out and about this morning already. You've been exploring the snow-clad lawns and gardens and fields of County Down.
I have.
Where have you been?
I've been in Ballynahinch and Saintfield.
Lovely
Now,
part of the
how
world.
would you get there, Ron?
Oh, something maybe down to the motorway and around the roundabout.
Well, the way I came back a different way I went.
But if you were going there, I wouldn't have started here in the first place.
Oh, that's an Irish one, yeah.
That's the Here we are again in your wonderful emporium of fine furnishings.
Thank you.
And what this does, look at the size of this place. Modern furniture. You embrace the whole range from the antiquity of our lives through to the modernity of our lives. And you've lots and lots of very practical things in here.
I suppose we specialise a lot in dining, as we're sitting around dining this morning for breakfast, dinner, tea, functions, banquets. What do you like? For 2-seaters to 22-seaters.
Well, I wouldn't be having the 22-seaters.
No.
3 or 4 would be enough. Would do me well.
Maybe even 2.
2 would be nice, wouldn't it? It would be nice. Romance is in the air here at McCabe's because, you know, we're coming close to St. Valentine's Day, and a husband can treat his darling wife to a new dining table, the appropriate candlelight, the nice food, and then they're sitting at the table and she will look at him and say, "Darling, I don't know how to thank McCabe's. This is wonderful."
Right, we'll give a mention.
You would at the table, you would indeed. But this kind of stuff, what I'm noticing, Raymond, seriously, is that this is solid stuff.
Yeah, we tend to do solid tables, and you know, I had a great story this week where 2 people came in to buy furniture, and it was sofas, 3-piece suites, and both of them said the last one we got was a few 20 and 22 years ago.
My goodness.
I just felt quite proud that
Yeah.
you know the furniture stood the test of time, and they're back.
Yeah,
They're back
for
again,
more.
you know,
Yeah.
back again for
Yeah.
more. But funny, dining tables, people come in with the idea they want to seat 8 people.
Yeah.
And then, what size is your room?
Oh.
Well, I don't know.
Ah,
You know, so do you want elbow room?
Yeah,
Or do you want it?
yeah.
So we would try and discuss people, and one word of advice would be to go for as big a table as they can possibly get.
yeah. Well, you wouldn't be giving me that advice. I'm a man who lives alone. So what would I be wanting with a big dining table, you know?
You spread your newspaper out and all your paraphernalia and so on, and
Well,
you might.
I think I did very well in the table I bought from you.
Of course you did.
It's an expandable table. It extends to 6 feet or 6-seater. And at the moment it's just a lovely 2-seater.
And have you used it to the full?
No, I haven't. It has not been extended yet, you know. So I'm very, very happy with it the way it is.
Right.
But the thing about this furniture, once you get it home, by gum, look after it, because it requires a wee bit of attention.
Yeah, we would suggest to people that timber, if you actually, what you're only after doing,
Yeah.
you hear the noise,
Yeah.
that's the grain. Grain's full of little pores, so if you spill or get a spillage, where's the spillage going to go? In the little pores.
Aye.
Then what do people call a damp cloth? So you're constantly taking the shine off over the years.
Yeah.
So if you can, we have waxes here, so we show people how to wax a table up. It's quite simple, but little and often, that's what we recommend.
Yeah. Little and often.
Little paintbrush, dab it on, buff it off immediately.
But should I even, if I, because I'm a pauper, my solid furniture, with 1 or 2 exceptions, which was the really fantastic stuff I got from you, but my table is laminate. It's a veneer
top. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't wax the
Of course
veneer.
you would. Of course you
would
would.
I?
Yeah. You wax a car.
Yeah.
It's tin with paint on it.
Don't let me leave here without the
Wax.
tin of wax. So
Okay.
I want to do that. The other thing I have got, and again it ties in with what you're talking about, I've got a little brush, a little stiff brush, and wherever anything's caught in the crevices, just brush it out. And I'm building longevity into the table.
A bit of Downton Abbey.
Downton, don't you know, Downton Abbey.
that's-
God, I didn't think you watched that sort of thing. No. I have to say, I got 2 beds from you. I've got the master bed and I've got the guest room bed.
Okay.
Now, in where I'm living, if the wind is off the sea, it drives me into the back bedroom, the guest room. But if there's no wind, I'm in the master bedroom. So I have a choice. And both mattresses, they're Harrison. They're very, very good, you know.
with Harrison they're now where they started from in the 1850s. Traditional natural beds, no foam, no plastics, spring count, hessian, wool, cashmere, cotton, just good raw materials, no foam used at all.
Yes.
And you know the old saying about turning your bed down in the morning, a bed needs aired.
Aye.
It has to be aired. But good bed, good sleep, good health.
Good bed, good sleep, good health. McCabe's of Newry.
Thank you.
Isn't that nice? That's a nice little line. Good bed, good sleep, good health. McCabe's of Newry. That's nice. That is nice. But I mean, I remember when your grandfather was on Mary Street, there was something even then a wee bit special about McCabe's.
There was, and you know, Mary Street was, as you know, full of characters.
Yep.
And the people came in from the country, and that's where they parked their car to go into the market and so on. And I came across photographs last week somebody showed me them on Facebook of Crossmaglen Fair.
Wow.
In the late 50s.
He wasn't there, was he?
He was there. I showed my father it, and my father commented on a lamppost that was in the middle of the square. He said, we used to set the wardrobes there and put a rope around them so they wouldn't blow over.
Isn't that fantastic?
And I think O'Reilly's were there as well, and Hoggs as well.
Yeah.
So they went out to the fair once a month.
Yeah.
And I think there was Kilkeel as well, and Newtown.
Yeah.
There's 2 or 3 per month.
Do you feel the weight of history on your shoulders?
Of course, yeah. I think it's fantastic growing up in a place like Newry. I think Newry's a great town. We have so much. And growing up in the yard, it learnt you the market trade, market life learnt you a lot. I always admired the guys at the bottom of the market selling the same product, apples. Each one of them were selling the same fruit and veg, but they all got on with it in competition, and they all helped each other out.
Yeah, they did.
You know, and
do you remember the old woman from Belfast who was there? She was at the bottom stall. But yeah, I saw the other day in the market. They're not coming anymore. To the market.
Younger people won't go to a market now, unless it's in Boston and it's called some fancy name.
Yeah, whatever.
But as regards history, I would. I have actually billheads, old invoice pads, going back to Paddy McCabe.
Before
Johnny.
My goodness.
In 18, I don't know, 1880s, 1890s, going way back. So it's nice to know. I mentioned cabinet making, cast off clothing, must have been the big thing then, and there was household goods.
My goodness.
So there's no mention of antiques.
No. Now, where would you got an antique then?
So if we deal with their head, there's no antique.
Is it? Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But do you find that the business here, the ebb and flow of the tide of business in the course of a business year, recognizes the high days and the feast days, like Easter's coming? What are people, as the sap rises in the stick of humanity, what are people heading towards for Easter?
Well, now we're in the lull period for February. We're just getting over Christmas and so on that comes down. Then spring clicks in, and brighter evenings, which we have already.
Yes.
Easter can and can't be a big time.
Yeah.
It's very hard to know now, Ron. There was set patterns years ago. There's actually a bedding month that somebody in the industry decided to call March. I think it's March.
March. I would have thought a bedding month should be about September, getting ready for the winter.
Yeah,
you know.
No. And that's a big thing. Then we have spring, and then colours. People are wanting to revamp, looking at the gardens, looking at change, dusting out the old from winter, coming in with the new.
Yeah. And that happens. People do that. Predictably and cyclically.
Yes, but with our type of product, they don't change that often.
No, of course they don't.
They might change colour scheme or cushions or a rug just to rain.
Yeah, but you do that as well. Course, you will take on the design requirements of a new home or an existing home. You look at it and you'll come in.
Yes.
Because you told me when I was buying the table, what size, where is it going, and blah 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 blah, and that makes a sense.
And also like lighting, we do a lot of lighting from lamps to chandeliers, and it's important to get lighting right in the house.
Yeah.
We're in the winter with the curtains pulled, it's dark. Come spring, open windows, air, freshen the place.
Yeah, it's nice. One of my favourite lines in a little bit of prose I wrote about this place was, painting with light from a forest of lamps.
Very nice.
You know, if you have the lamps, use them. You can create a great atmosphere.
We had a story about 2 months ago. A lady came in and was looking for a lamp.
Yes.
And is that all the lamps you have? And I said, yeah, that's all we have. So one of the lads done a count. There's 380 lamps.
Yeah, absolutely. As the year unfolds and people do their thing, the kind of, you know, I come to you, I've got the table. Now, is it something in the human spirit that there's a restlessness? The table's there. I've got that from you. I got the settee from you. Mm-hmm. We did our dealing. We got it. And I'm now looking at stuff I could, sort of a cabinet I could put on the wall.
You're a collector.
Does that make me a collector? Does it?
You like nice things.
I do.
So and you'll find a space for them.
I will. Yeah. I will. But people passing this place by on the front street will think it's a tiny wee place. By gum, it's not.
For the pound for everybody said that. No, they don't realise that to the rear of the front shop, it's 20 times bigger.
Oh, 20 times bigger indeed, yeah.
And still you try to put your wires out and you haven't enough space. Furniture shops are always looking for more space.
How often do you replenish the stock here? Does there come a moment when you stop buying because, it's there, it's been there a wee while. Hold on a minute, we'll not just buy. What's the pattern of buying? Where do you go to buy?
I used to travel the world to the Far East mostly. England, first of all, and then the Far East. The world's got a smaller place now with computers. But I'd still try to buy in the Far East. Business, as you know, in general has slowed up. We buy where we can.
Yeah.
But we try to buy quality, and it's getting harder and harder to get quality.
Yeah.
So difficult.
But isn't it interesting that you've been drawn to the Far East for quality?
Well,
Vietnam,
Indonesia, China, they've got the talent out there and they've got the brains here, and they've the brains out there as well, of course. But our type of product, men have gone out before us and showed them what to do and showed them techniques of how to make wood into beautiful pieces of furniture, taken out originals and got them copied, authentically copied right down to the last detail. So that's coming on board. So that's our new antiques.
Yeah, it isn't, absolutely. I'm sort of, this is lovely furniture and it's solid, but because of budgetary restrictions, I went for the veneer. Mm-hmm. Veneer's all right nowadays, isn't it?
Ron, mahogany and rosewood veneer is much more expensive than solid.
Wow.
Because if you get a table, especially a table that has been quartered veneered, where you've matching veneers opened.
Oh, wow, yes.
So it has to be taken out of a tree and cut.
Yes.
And stuck in solid in most cases. So you can find that veneer can cost more. Mm. Your table is fine, and that's what I was saying to you earlier about waxing.
Yeah.
You'll get this lovely luster. You know that old antique luster comes up? That's how you build it up. Yeah. Spray silicone polishes will give you a quick shot.
Yeah, but no.
Well,
I'm no good. I don't want that. I don't want spray silicone. I want to I'm an old-fashioned sort of guy, you know.
You'd be sitting there with your glass of wine and rubbing the table.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I like that. I would certainly do that. It's indubitable.
And every ring mark could tell a story.
Oh, no.
Important to keep them.
No, don't be saying that. But on your travels to the Far East in another age when there was no computers and you had to go, what was the most exciting, in the whole McCabe travelling life, what was the most exciting event that occurred?
Well, I can remember stories driving 7 hours in a taxi to get to a place that were producing bronze figures. We heard when we arrived, there were bronze figures, but they were for Indonesian style. So in the taxi, back again. They were the bad times. Good times, you were hitting somebody that was producing furniture, and a bit like here, you think it's a small shop. You go out the back and there's a factory. And next bit, they're hand polishing. They're not spraying. They're French polishing.
French polishing it.
And keep them doing what they're doing. Don't try to change them.
No,
Leave it.
No.
And at the time we were very busy in contract supplying hotels, so it was volume. It was always volume coming in.
Yeah. When you now you're at the top of your tree, what's the next mountain for you to climb? Are you content to stay where you are?
Aye, that's a difficult one now. Go back to where I started with antique furniture. My craving is back to period furnishings.
Yeah.
Which I'd like to do that, but that business it's very niche market, very niche market. I still have a passion for that.
Yeah, I can understand that. But let it be said that McCabe's Fine Furnishings is not just about antiques.
Oh, far from it.
Far from it. Modern is the number one thing, you know.
Very much. The contemporary era has come. It's changed and it's come back to slightly traditional, because plain oak you can't carve it, or you rarely get it carved.
Yeah.
So people are wanting something with a bit of life to it. They're wanting all their bits. We're actually being asked for display cabinets so they can display the items that get given to them instead of leaving them in a box in the
You know
attic.
what we used to call that on Mary Street?
China cabinet.
China cabinet, yes.
Yeah.
A display cabinet,
Yes.
oh yes, a China cabinet. Would you sell me a piano? I suppose you would.
I would, not a bother.
Yeah, but you know nothing about pianos, do you? Can you play a piano?
I can.
Wow, there you are.
As Peter Kinney used to play it.
Peter
Meredith
Kinney, our
One
neighbour in
finger.
Mary Street. Yeah, one finger.
Yeah, one finger.
finger.
Yeah, we still buy and sell pianos and recondition them and get them tuned and serviced and so on, and hire them as well.
Great stuff.
From beginners right up to end users.
Yeah, yeah.
I had a story recently where a lady had got one from my grandfather 52 years ago, and I bought it back from her.
My goodness.
She said, I got more money when they were selling it than when I bought it, what I had to give out.
My goodness.
But the value of the money was different.
Very, very different indeed. Very different indeed. But I need to buy a chair from you, because I tend to sit on the end of my bed to put my shoes on and stuff like that. And that's not a good idea. It's not good for the bed.
No. Well, you can place furniture anywhere in the house, you know, because a bedside locker is called a bedside. You can look well in the bathroom. You can look well as a lamp table.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
Sometimes when you see a dining chair, you think it's only for dining.
No.
You can put it in the bedroom.
Anywhere.
But don't do the classic mistake of men.
What?
Including myself.
What?
Chair means wardrobe.
No, chuck everything on it. Yeah, do you do that?
Of course.
I thought it was me, you know. So talk to me about value. We've talked about quality. Now, first of all, I've done a few deals with you. How am I on dealing?
Too good. Getting
I'm not
too good. Yeah.
I'm not too good.
Yeah.
But what's the secret of dealing?
Just go with the flow.
Yeah.
Secret of dealing is for both parties, never insult.
No.
Yeah. No. And just be friendly and try your best.
See what comes.
See what comes. And always a bit of luck. You need a bit of luck.
You do.
Yeah.
Well, we'd like to invite the entire populace of Newry out to imbibe of the wonderment of this emporium of magnificence.
Very good.
More than that, I can't say.
Very good. Thank you very much.